Hope you've got that mute button on.
Shall I just hit it now for the entire episode?
Yeah.
That might be the only way. Anyway, welcome back everybody to another episode of Tell Me Where I'm Going Wrong, a podcast hosted by two exes who are good friends and like to catch up once a week and talk about everything and anything under the sun. My name is Josh, and welcome back. How are you, Sean?
I'm good. I'm just, before we got on, I was waiting for you to jump on, and I was looking at this in my YouTube algorithm. It popped up that Clueless is available to buy or rent through YouTube. Did you know that you can buy or rent movies through YouTube?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
How much do you think, if you had to guess, I mean, this isn't like a gotcha sort of thing, like this is just of interest. How much do you think it would cost you to rent a YouTube movie, or in particular Clueless? Because I don't know, maybe they're different prices.
It does vary. Like I've rented some fairly obscure things for about £4.99, like £4.99, but then more mainstream commercial titles, I think, go for anywhere between like £9 and like £14.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to rent it or to buy it?
Oh, maybe that's to buy it, but I don't know.
Okay. Also, the fucking scammery. I'm sorry, I'm swearing already, and we're only like 2 minutes into this.
For fuck's sake, Sean.
The scammery of, you can either pay to rent it standard definition, or you can pay to rent it in high definition.
Yeah.
And the standard definition is £2.49, so £2.49.
That's pretty reasonable.
And the high definition is £3.49.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just do this high definition and just charge one price? Like, it's just so silly.
That's not how capitalism works.
And it says here that you have to, like, you rent it, you have to start it within 30 days, and you have to watch it within 48 hours of first playing it. So you can't rent it, watch a little bit of it, and then come back 3 days later. It won't be there.
Can you buy it? Is there an option to buy it?
Yes, you can buy it, and it's £5.99.
Oh.
But I wonder what sort of rights you have to that then, because you would only ever be able to access that through YouTube.
Yeah.
And I wonder if YouTube ever lost the rights to this movie, like in the future, like another streaming service, like, negotiated the ownership.
Yeah, like if Disney bought the rights to do the sequel, and that got that deal, that contract included the rights to all former like iterations of the concept. Whether that, I don't know.
Because you wouldn't get your money back then. Like if you paid $5.99 to own it. I think someone was saying something similar about iTunes. So some music was removed from iTunes, and if you have paid for an album on iTunes and it's removed, you lose it. They remove it from your library and you don't get your money back. Yeah,
well, I'm sure it's all in the small print. All of those terms and conditions that we never read and just accept. I'm sure.
I remember, I mean, you know who Lloyd Cole is, but Lloyd Cole is a singer-songwriter and performer. He found fame in the 80s in a band called Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, and he still tours today. Years ago now, he wrote an article, a blog post, where he was bemoaning just this. He wanted to leave his digital music collection to his son, and you legally can't pass ownership of a digital library to somebody else. Now, obviously, you could just lie and give them your login details, but if you die legally in the terms and conditions of these libraries like iTunes, you're not allowed to pass ownership. But if I have like 1,000 vinyl records here, I can give them to somebody, and nobody can ever come and take them out of somebody's house and say, no, you weren't the person who bought these. Do you think that's a bit scandalous that if you buy a digital file, you can't pass it on to somebody, like your next of kin? Or
I don't know. My brain is not at full capacity today, as you may be able to hear. This woman is not well. She's really going through it. I've got like a sinus and chest infection, and I'm on like antibiotics. So I'm very, very. I think you're going to have to lead the conversation, Sue.
Well,
Which is not unusual.
I'm trying to by moaning about the price of YouTube. Before we get onto your illness, I will say this about YouTube. One thing I've noticed, if unless you've got YouTube Premium, you get ads. So you start a video and like 2 minutes of ads will play before you get to your video.
Yeah.
And then several times through the video, there'll be some ad breaks. If you pay for premium, I think you get the ads removed or reduced. I think they'll obviously keep pushing it as far as they can of like trying to extract more money from people. But what has just recently started for me is that quality thing. So normally when you watch a video, you can go into the little gear icon and choose what quality you want to watch it at. So if you're on a lower bandwidth somewhere, you can go lower. But if you're at home and you've got good Wi-Fi and you want to watch like a music video in high definition, you go and you choose the highest. I now can't choose the highest. Only premium users can choose the highest. So I was watching the new Charlie XCX music video and I could not watch it in the highest definition that it's been published in because I'm not a premium user. I just think it's a scam. I think we're all getting taken for a ride with these pay subscription services. Like you don't ever own anything. You're just loaning it and you're always getting fleeced for a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a bit fed up with it. If I had money, I would probably pay for YouTube Premium because the ads do drive me to distraction and it's difficult. When I was in Australia and I was hanging out with Derek and Sean, and Derek he has these like music video nights on his back deck and he projects them.
Mm-hmm.
He pays for premium. So it's just like music video after music video. And you know what sort of taste he's got. It's like Willow Smith, followed by Shampoo, followed by Casey Musgraves.
Impeccable is the word I think you're looking for.
But there are no ads, and it is just like a different experience.
Yeah.
Completely
I've had YouTube Premium on a free 1 month's trial a couple of times in the past, and it's amazing because, being able to just go on and not have to put up with the ads is such a luxury. But then, of course, the 3 months trial comes to an end, and then I'm back to old, horrible corporate advertising in my face all the time.
What other services or platforms do you use where you get the cheap lower rate one where you don't get the full
I
experience?
pay for Spotify Premium now because I used to just have the free version of Spotify and that was awful as well.
That's even worse than
that's
YouTube. That's
really bad. You cannot just listen to an album. Like it's impossible. And then the ads and stuff. So I think Spotify is the only one I pay for.
What's weird with Spotify though is that if you listen to podcasts through Spotify, you don't do that, do you?
Not really, no.
So I pay for premium as well, so I don't have any ads when I'm listening to music. But when I listen to podcasts, obviously podcasts can have ads embedded in them, but they're still targeted to where you are. So if I'm listening to, I don't know, the Tim Dillon Show, which is a US podcast, the ads will be geographically targeted for where I am.
Yeah.
So if I download it and listen to it here in London, it'll have some of his ads embedded into it, but the local ads that are spliced in by Spotify are like, do you want to go for a cycle in Islington? Islington has a new bike scheme, because I've downloaded it here. Yeah. And I find that, okay, well, I'm paying for premium. So why am I getting targeted ads? And if I downloaded some podcasts in Australia to listen to on the plane on the way back, I didn't listen to them until I got back here, but all the ads that were in it was from Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, are you coming down to the car show at, the Raycliffe Jetty or whatever it was?
I love your seamless transitions from like a British pronunciation and an Australian pronunciation of podcast as well. It's very
How
amusing.
did I do it?
Because the first one was podcast, which I don't even know if is that Australian.
I don't think it is.
But then you went to podcast.
Podcast. Do you say pasta or pasta?
Pasta. Pasta.
And what about when you lived in Australia? What?
I can't remember. I don't know. I mean, it probably changed all the time. I mean, I would say a lot of things in Australian pronunciation, like vitamins, and I can't think of anything else at the moment. But yeah, it's the A is a difficult one, like that A sounds, especially like for singing as well, because like a lot of songs are written with that A as the sort of American pronunciation, and it sounds really weird. But then when you make it a long A, like a British A, it just sounds wrong.
It's so funny when you hear somebody sing with an Australian accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like who was that singer? Like Natalie Imbruglia has a sister called Laura Imbruglia,
Mm-hmm.
and she's also released music, and she would sing with a very Australian accent, wouldn't
Yeah.
she?
There's
And
that song that band and song that I'm obsessed with at the moment, that Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers, they've got that
yeah,
song Daylight, and there's one line in that is so Australian. I'm just trying to remember which line it is. But anyway, and because I covered, I play that song live sometimes.
yeah,
And I love to like really ham up the Australian pronunciation of it. And I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics because like I said, I'm going through it at the moment.
you're going through the gigs.
Yeah.
I think also while you look for that, I think Angie Hart from Frente,
Oh yeah.
she
Yeah.
also sings with a very Australian accent. I
Oh,
can't think of any
well,
male singers.
Susie, you know that singer Susie, that Australian
Yes,
singer Susie.
yeah.
She does a real Australian thing. So, and that's the line in Daylight when they say, "I wonder what it's like to be someone like you in love with me. I hope you don't hate it. I hope you don't hate it." It's like real Australian. I love it. So I
Do you
always
know
ham that up.
Adelita sometimes sounds really Australian
Yeah,
and then sometimes doesn't when she sings?
yeah,
Like what in that is it Watch Out Boys, that Magic Dirt song
mm,
where she says the line about salad roll?
yeah, yeah. The power
Like
you
that,
dish out like a salad roll.
I mean that probably also because she's saying salad roll,
Yeah,
which
I
is a
mean
very
that's such an
Australian thing to
Australian
say.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so I'm fed up with paying for subscriptions for things. I'm fed up with like the goalposts constantly shifting. So you pay for something and then 2 years later they say, well, actually, now you only get this version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just fed up with it. And this whole landscape of consumerism and capitalism that we live within, it's designed to make us just be renters of every element of our life. We're renting everything in our life. You
Mm-hmm.
don't ever own anything. You don't have any stability.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't want you to own a house. They don't want you to own even the music that you listen to. They don't want you to own, there's a subscription service for everything. And
Yeah.
it's about drawing as much money out of you and siphoning it off to
And
the elites if
it's
possible.
also about keeping us shackled to the system as well. Like it's about keeping us, completely dependent on getting a regular salary, wage, paycheck, whatever,
Yeah.
and not being able to liberate ourselves from that system.
Okay. Well, how's this going to work then? How is it going to work when AI ruins everything and takes all of our jobs? Who's going to be able to pay for this meaningless shit? Did you see this thing that happened the other day about that AI model that broke out of its
Yeah,
containment?
yeah.
And it's like, is that terrifying to you or am I overreacting?
No, it's very scary. And there was another thing I was listening to, and they were talking about that, and they were talking about another incident when Google were testing some AI models, and they realized that two different AI models were communicating with each other in a new language that they hadn't written, like the AI models themselves had come up with, and they were communicating with each other. And so Google apparently shut down the experiment or the lab test situation. But
if we were any good at editing, no offense to you, but if we were good at like inserting little clips, you could have a little clip of Liz Lemon going, "Shut it down."
Oh
Now,
yeah.
when you said that, she could walk across the screen and go, "Shut it down."
Well, just listeners, viewers, just imagine that.
Just imagine Liz Lemon saying, "Shut it down." But yeah, the one that they first reference in that thing, I watched the same thing as you, talking about how they create this virtual space called a sandbox where
Mm.
it's allowed to, let the AI models play while being contained. So if anything goes wrong, it doesn't cause any external damage, either digitally or in the real world. And they asked this AI model, this is AI, OpenAI, who own ChatGPT. They asked this new model that hadn't been released yet to solve some problems and said that it couldn't leave the sandbox to do it. It had to find a way. But the AI model broke out of the digital sandbox and hacked an AI system belonging to another company to get the information it needed to solve the problem, and then came back. And the other company discovered that it was happening in real time. They were like, "We're being hacked." Imagine if that AI model had gotten out and like shut down, I don't know, like a power station, or emptied everyone's bank account at a
Mm-hmm.
certain bank. Or, I mean, I know this stuff sounds like the stuff of a dystopian nightmare, but I feel like we're barreling towards that very quickly. What would
Yeah.
happen if you and I woke up? Like, we both bank with the same bank, right? What if we woke up and everybody in our bank had lost all of their money and they had no trace of where it went? What
Mm-hmm.
recourse would we have in this world?
Yeah. I know. We're just stumbling into a very dystopian future, I think. But that seems to be our recurring theme most episodes. I
Well,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
it's very worrying. Um,
it's Mad Max Fury Road.
Now I know today is your wedding anniversary of you and Hill, isn't it?
Yeah, so we got married in 2021, and it's also our friends Mark and Muriel's wedding anniversary as
Mm-hmm.
well. I mean, they got married a lot longer ago than.
Mm.
I mean, do you remember what year they got
I think it
married?
was 13 years ago. So what was that?
Oh, was that?
2013?
Okay. So yeah, we got married in 2021 in a registry office town hall ceremony in Sheffield. And I can't believe it's been 5 years. Like, okay, that seems like such a short amount of time ago. What am I going to blink and next thing you know, I'm dead? You know what I mean? It's there's no
Well,
concept of
if you're dead, you won't be blinking, Sue.
no, and I won't be paying like fucking $5.99 for Clueless on YouTube.
Well, you will be because you'll still be paying some subscriptions. But
Yeah,
anyway,
there'll probably be some sort of subscription in the afterlife, you know?
yeah,
Like somehow some company is going to work out a way to like well, if you get buried, if you don't, if your family or whoever's in charge of your memory doesn't pay the burial plot, they come and dig you up after
yeah.
2 years and
And
they put
also,
somebody else in.
I know we're going off on a lot of tangents here, but at some cemeteries, like if you don't get enough visitors, uh, to your grave, they'll repurpose the gravesite and sell it to someone else. Like I think a Père Lachaise in Paris, I think that's the case. Like if you don't get enough visitors, they'll repurpose your
How
burial
do they
plot.
know who's visiting what grave? There are
I don't know.
thousands of graves.
I don't know.
I think it's to do with money. So anyway, 5 years has gone by so quickly. It was in the midst of COVID, which in some ways seems like 1,000 years ago, and then in some ways feels like yesterday. And I just think if 5 years can go by just like that in the click of a fingers, like I'm 52, like there's not much. This is so morbid, this episode, but there doesn't feel like a lot of time left. You know, is that a morbid thing to say, or is that just realism?
Well, no, I mean it does feel like that. I'm approaching my 50th birthday in just a couple of weeks, and it does make you sort of think, fucking hell, like how quickly things can go. I mean, things don't always seem to pass quickly, but then looking back, you think, I can't believe that so many years or decades even have gone by
Mhm.
in the blink of an eye. So yeah, it is scary. But anyway, back onto happier topics. So yes, it's your anniversary. Are you doing anything to recognize that?
Well, not really. We've got no money, so I think I think we are going to, after we record this, we are going to go to the Tate Modern, and we're going to go see that Frida Kahlo exhibition. You went and
Mhm.
saw it, didn't you?
No, I
I
still
think.
haven't been. I still haven't
Oh,
been. Yeah.
okay. So Hill has a membership for that he's still hanging on to. Well, he's got a few months of it left, so we're going to go and he gets into any special exhibitions with his membership.
Hmm.
So we're going to see that, and we'll have a little walk around the city. It's a little bit overcast today, but it's still very warm. We're entering into another heat wave
Well,
here in.
the sun has come out here where I am, so you might get some sunshine in a little while.
Oh, okay, and that's about it. We might go and look for something cheap to eat for lunch, or it's not depressing because I'm not one for anniversaries or birthdays or any commemorations anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just nice that Hill's been working really hard. Like all through winter, he's had like multiple jobs. He's still got 2 jobs at the moment, so he's working 6 days a week. So this is his one day off. So it's nice to just have the day off and relax. And we're very fortunate to be positioned where we are in in the city of London. There's so much walking. We don't have to get on a train for a long time to go anywhere.
Hmm.
There are so many galleries and things to see, sites to visit. Um, but you being unwell, I've just had a thought. Isn't today the queer open mic?
It is. It is
How are you
indeed.
going to deal with that?
Lemsip, my trusty good friend Lemsip, and antibiotics. Um, yeah, I've done it before.
And you'll do it again soon.
You know, you've seen me at the open mic sometimes where I've been so deathly ill. Um,
Well, the worst time was when you were so unwell you could barely even be there, and I had to get up and host on the mic, and
yeah.
I was trying to tell all these ridiculous, corny jokes throughout, and they were falling so flat that it actually became funny that
Mm.
how bad it was. But I think people enjoyed it, and it was entertaining. It was something
Um,
different.
I mean, I should be okay to host. I don't think I'll perform though, which is a shame, but maybe not for anyone else, but for me anyway.
When you're firing on all cylinders, normally, I mean, I know it's rare, but when you're firing on all cylinders, how would you describe your hosting style? If somebody said to you, "What sort of host are you at the open mic?"
Well, I don't think I've got hosting style. I mean, chaotic.
I thought you were on the vino then, sir, the port or the
I'm
sherry.
on the Ribena, so I should. Are you allowed to say brands? I'm on the black currant cordial.
Well, also, I think, didn't we figure out that it wasn't an ethical brand last time? About 2 years ago on the
Oh
pod,
yeah,
we discussed
we've had this
Ribena.
conversation on podcast before. Well, that's not going to stop us.
Well,
Um,
at least you can still do better then. You know you're not perfect because you're still drinking Ribena.
no, I'm
You're on a
definitely far
journey.
from perfect. That would be my hosting style. Far from perfect.
Well, you're on a journey.
I think
So,
I'd like to think I'm supportive and welcoming, but I have no idea.
so with being unwell, how you are at the moment, are you going to try and perform?
No, I don't think so. Unless Dr. Theatre kicks in and I suddenly feel, you know, like I want to sing. But I think if I tried to, I can barely speak at the moment. If I tried to sing, it might just come out like a croak. And it's a shame because today is also the anniversary, the third anniversary of the death of Sinead O'Connor. And I had been practicing before I got ill. I'd been practicing a Sinead O'Connor song to sing. But I don't think that's going to happen.
What
Unfortunately,
song were you going to do?
I was going to do Black Boys on Mopeds.
Oh, yeah.
But
Why don't you
then
get up and just read it like a poem?
maybe, yeah, I could do that actually. But then the other thing is, it's a lot of people don't know that song. I mean, it's not that obscure, but it wasn't a single.
No. Also, a lot of people who go to the open mic are a lot younger than you or I.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny how quickly, like someone like of Sinead O'Connor's standing
Mm.
can like disappear from mainstream consciousness with a
Yeah,
generation or two?
yeah,
Like, I think most people there might say they've heard of her, but they
yeah,
probably wouldn't be able to name a song or
yeah,
understand the cultural relevance she held.
yeah. I mean, and I'd say a lot of people, if they had to name a song, they would just name Nothing Compares to You. Um,
If that even, I think most people under 30 wouldn't know to say
maybe.
that. I mean, remember that conversation where I was working with someone under 30 who couldn't name a Madonna song?
Mm.
So it's very different for people. So so you said it's 3 years since
3 years,
Sinead
which
died?
isn't that long. You know how time is strange. I thought it had been longer than that, but
Yeah, it feels like it was a long time. So how long ago did we go to her, where she's buried, her burial site, to honor
I think that was
homage?
2 years ago.
So how long had she must have only been
Yeah, she'd only
dead a
been dead
couple of
about
months?
a year,
All right.
and we were there 2 summers ago, I think.
It was very sad, wasn't it? It was raining and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very depressing. This whole episode is very
I
depressing.
know. God. Is there anything
What do
more?
you celebrate? Do you celebrate any anniversaries or any markings of time?
Well, not not regularly, like not religiously. I do like to mark the solstices, like the winter solstice and the summer solstice. But when I say mark, I mean just in like acknowledge them.
You build a 40-foot wicker man in the back
Hmm.
garden
Yeah.
and sacrifice somebody.
Hmm. Um, but I I don't really do birthdays. I'm doing something this year, obviously, because it's my 50th birthday, and this would be a good opportunity to say, come along and join me on Friday, the 21st of August, at Caramel in Wood Green, where Sean will be hosting a queer vegan disco, and DJ Phil Marriott will be there on the decks. And I'll be celebrating my 50th birthday. You can get tickets in advance from fatgayvegan.com. So just drop that in there so it's not all at the end.
So I look me complaining about the commodification of modern life, and I'm
I
charging
know,
people to come to your birthday.
capitalism. But if you don't want to come to that on the Friday night, on the Sunday, the 23rd of August, I'll also be celebrating at the Cock Tavern because they've got karaoke on Sunday evenings and it's free entry. So if you can't afford the queer vegan disco, come along to karaoke.
Or if you can't afford it, you can just stand outside and wish Josh a happy birthday as he comes
Yeah,
in
on
and
my
out
way in.
of the. Yeah.
Um, but typically I don't celebrate my birthday. But because I'm turning 50 this year, and obviously I'm planning my trip with our friend Anna. I'm planning a trip to Dollywood, Tennessee, in October. So this year I'm making a bit of an exception, but normally I don't really celebrate anniversaries in any way, shape, or form.
Do you do you feel like you're going to work forever? Do you have an exit plan out of like
God,
working? As no,
we
but
talk about something a bit more cheerful. I mean,
I'm
God.
just in this state of mind because I don't know if people know or not. Like, if you follow me online, you'll have seen that I've cancelled my beer festival, and
Mm.
so I'm having all of these thoughts of unemployment and getting old and not having security, and I'm just like was sitting thinking the other day, what is a reasonable age to work to? I mean, I don't want to work now, but what is like 67? Like, I mean, there are people that are in their 70s and having to work.
Yeah, well, I was going to say by the time we get to our like 60s, the retirement, like the government approved retirement age is probably going to be about 70. Um, so I don't know. It's so depressing to think about that. I'm turning 50 in a few weeks' time, and I might have another 20 years to work before I can cash in some measly fucking state pension.
But
I
also,
mean,
the state pension age has just gone up for us,
yeah,
right? So is it 67 now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By the time we are retiring, it will be
Yeah.
70 or something.
So they don't, I don't know what the other term is, like that isn't gendered, but you know how people say a grandfather clause?
Oh, yeah.
What's the non-gendered term?
Grandparent clause.
Or like retroactively, I don't know. But
Yeah.
like, if that law comes into effect, you don't get the law that you have. You know what I mean? Like it gets applied to everybody. So yeah, you're right. It could keep changing and changing and going up and up. And I just think most people will be dead before they get their pension. And it's like, well, you get your pension and you live another 2 years and then that's it.
Yeah. And the pension's so measly anyway. I mean, pension doesn't even cover your fucking Spotify premium charge. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah. Anyway, so that's so something uplifting we can talk about.
Well, we can talking about pensions and the cost of living and dire straits that, you know, like in the UK, some people will know that we have a new prime minister. His name is Andy Burnham, and he replaces Keir Starmer, who was ousted by the Labour Party, who are the party in power, the majority in the UK Parliament, and they got one of their other members of Parliament to become the Prime Minister. And so we all have a new Prime Minister. That's how it works here. The ruling party can decide who is the leader of that party and they become the Prime Minister. Have you seen this week how he's been announcing all of these cost of living? I don't even know what you'd call them. Like, they're not laws. They're like, I don't know, initiatives and things
Yeah.
So they're going to cap single bus rides in the UK. No single bus ride can ever be more than £2. And I mean, that's not long distance buses. That's like local buses on local routes can't cost more than £2. I mean, it doesn't really affect us in London because ours are £1.75 at the moment, which makes me think that Transport for London is going to put it up to £2 because they're now allowed to go up to £2. Some other things like what was one of the other announcements he made about the cost of living? Oh, they're going to take VAT off energy bills, so we don't have to pay VAT. Okay, all these little bits and pieces, like whatever. Okay, yeah, like I would like to save £50 a year, thank you. Or I would like to save £100 a year. It's not going to make a material difference to my life as a working class person. It's annoying me that after everything he's done to get into power, all the wheeling and dealing and running in a by-election, that these little bits of crumbs are being handed out to working class people as if this is the change you've been waiting for. The change we're waiting for is a fucking revolution. You know, the change we're waiting for is wealth tax and billionaire tax. Like, why isn't he announcing straight away, like, a wealth cap and anything else gets paid back into the state? Don't worry about making my bus £2. Make it £4, but take all the money from billionaires. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't it annoy you that they come out with these like pittance offerings of like, you know, almost throwing breadcrumbs to the serfs in the fucking muddy fields?
Yeah, but I don't expect anything else from mainstream politics anyway. So I'm waiting to see what they announce in the budget, but that's still a few months away.
And he also like changed all of the government positions. So lots of the MPs who are, you know, looking after the finance of the government or
the cabinet.
The cabinet. Is that what it's called? The cabinet?
Yeah.
And they're all just, to me anyway, they're all just like the usual suspects. They just shuffle them around. And so you've got, is it Ed Miliband in charge of the, what do you call it? Foreign Office? Is that what he's in charge of now?
I don't know. To be honest, I've not been paying a huge amount of attention.
And the queer one, what's his name? The Wes Streeting.
No, yeah.
What did we call him were we making fun of his name in a previous episode? Do you remember?
I don't. I just remember calling him Creature, but I don't know.
Wow. He's gone from health because he resigned as health and now he's gone to defense. secretary. Or,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
and I'm just like, I don't know. None of this feels like a step in a positive direction for me. Like taking privileged people who are in positions of power and moving them to other positions of power, whilst giving us working class people like little crumbs of, oh, well, we won't put your gas bill up anymore, even though it's gone up like 8 times in the last 5 years.
Mm.
Like we're meant to be like, oh, great. Thank you, sir, for like making these monumental changes to our life. You know, it's going to be so much better. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not going to be different until you fundamentally change the system that we're living within. Start taxing elite people, start taxing wealthy, put a cap on wealth, change all of this. That's the only way it's going to change. Stop allowing these corporations to gouge us with, you know, a movie that came out 31 years ago and you're only allowed to watch it in low definition if you can't afford the high definition. I mean, it's just scandalous what we go through as
Mm.
humans in this modern day and age. I'm on a rant. I'm like, really, I've had enough, Sue. I've had enough.
I can turn my camera off now, and if you just want to like take the next 10 minutes to just rant about modern life and capitalism, you're welcome to.
Well, I don't know. Oh,
Sorry, been trying to suppress that cough for a while. Yeah, like I've said in previous episodes, I'm cautiously optimistic about Andy Burnham, just to see, not so much with the sort of like the finer details, but just from the perspective of the possibility of proportional representation within the British voting system. That to me is that voting reform is something that I'm very keen to see. And Andy Burnham has talked a lot about it, but whether he follows through with that, and even if he does, whether that gets the approval to go ahead,
well,
but that's something I'm cautiously optimistic about. But we'll see. The rest of the stuff, I think, it's just politics, as they say. But we'll see.
I don't know. Like, what's his voting record on things? You know, like, you know, to
Well,
me,
he doesn't have one because he's not been an MP until
yeah,
about
he was
3
an
weeks
MP in the
ago.
past.
Yeah, a
No, he
long
was an
time
MP
ago.
in the
Long
past.
time ago.
Like, let's have a look at in these last few minutes. Let me just have a look at this. Andy Burnham controversial voting record.
Are you doing the AI search results, Sue?
No, I'm looking at theyworkforyou.com. Let's have a look. Who knows? He voted for increasing capital gains tax. He voted against higher taxes on banks. What else has he done? I mean, a lot of it is very boring, isn't it? And it feels so removed from our lives as just everyday people. He voted against higher taxes on plane tickets. I don't know, there's some weird stuff, right? Like he voted for increasing the state pension age for women more slowly. So there was this movement for a while where they wanted the state pension age to raise at different speeds for different sexes. Do you understand what motivation behind that might be?
Was that to bring them in line? Because at the moment they're different, aren't they?
No, aren't they the same?
I thought they were different.
But it might be because, like, is it because women live longer than men generally?
I don't know what the thinking behind it is, to be honest. I always thought, and I could be wrong here, I don't know if you want to Google it, I always thought the retirement age for women was lower than men. But if women live longer, then that would be counterintuitive, wouldn't it?
Retirement age in UK. Okay. It's 66 for both men and women currently.
Oh, okay.
So rising to 67 by April 2028 for those like you and me born on or after April 6, 1960. The future rise legislated for 2044 through to 2046, the government reviews discuss accelerating this window to 2037 to 2039. So they're looking to raise it to 68 within the next 10 years. So yeah, for us, it'll be 68 at a minimum. It'll be 68 for a minimum. Unless, no, I don't think there's any way around that. But now there's a movement, I don't think it'll happen, but of trying to have it accelerate more slowly for women. I just can't get my head around that. Maybe there's a very simple reason why that would be the case.
I don't know.
But also, you think of like how much everything costs, like compare like what the cost of everyday items from now to 5 years ago. And so in another 10 years, or how long till we can retire? Like for me, it's 16 years.
About 20, yeah.
The cost of you do have a mute button, Sue.
Yeah, I don't know. You say that, but it's like 3 clicks away, so I'm not going to get
by
to
the
it in
time
time.
you cough. Yeah, so by the time in 16 years, so by the time I can retire in the UK, whatever money the government gives me will not be enough to live on. Will not be enough to pay rent, basic essentials, electricity, all of my amenities.
That's if AI models don't steal all the money from government pension pots anyway.
Oh, ridiculous! It sounds like your cough is it's maybe because you've been talking.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for me hosting the open mic later, does it?
All right. Well, we can start to wrap up. Is that Ribena full of sugar though? Is that good for your cough?
I don't care. It's got vitamin C in it.
Not vitamin C?
Not what?
Not vitamin C?
Oh, I thought you said Vicodin. I was like, Jesus Christ. Right, before we wrap up though, I just want to say, please do subscribe for more riveting content like this. Hit subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. And don't forget to drop us a comment as well. Let us know if you have any burning questions that you want us to try and answer on the podcast.
And if you've listened all the way to the end as well, and you're of a certain age like we are, how about you tell us in the comments what your favorite Sinead O'Connor song is, or your favorite Sinead O'Connor memory? Maybe she did something or was involved in something that you really remember and resonates with you. But yeah, we'd love to hear your favorite memories of either her art or her life on this third anniversary of her passing. So,
do you have a favorite song?
Well, that song that you just mentioned, Black Boys on Mopeds, is exceptional. But probably Emperor's New Clothes. That's one that I used to always listen to. Like when we were, where you'd have your certain songs to put on if you were drinking and getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
That was always on high rotation for me with like one of my party songs. How about you? What's your favorite Sinead song?
I can't single it down to one song. I mean, there are some. I mean, those 2 songs are amazing. There are lots on the.
It's about to give up the goat.
On the Faith and Courage album, I think there is just some beautiful, beautiful songs like "What Doesn't Belong to Me" and "Daddy, I'm Fine."
Oh, "Daddy, I'm Fine" as well.
That's a brilliant
such
song.
a good.
She's got such an incredible back catalogue that it's very hard to single out. I mean, "Take Me to Church" was one of her sort of later in her career songs, which is brilliant song. So many incredible songs, such a legacy. And she was such a fearless, outspoken and brave person. Talked so openly about her struggles with her mental health, spoke out about injustice wherever she saw it. And yeah, it's very sad that she's no longer around. Anyway. Right, we should wrap up.
Well, what a way to end. I mean, I know. Such miserable bastards, aren't we?
I'll raise my glass of sugary Ribena to Sinead.
All right. Well, thank you, Sinead, for everything. Thank you to everyone for watching and joining us. Please like, subscribe, and comment wherever you're watching. And I hope you feel better. Josh, I'm going to be one
Thank
of
you.
those annoying people. I'm sure you get it from other people in your life who always say, "You always seem to be sick." Do you love when people say that to you? Does anyone say that
No,
to you?
no, you're the first person to say that to me. Thank
Oh,
you,
come
Sean.
on.
It's
People
lovely.
must say, you know how people love to say it. It's like how people love to comment on your appearance or whatever. People love saying that, like,
I
to
see.
people.
No one said that to me in many, many years. So thank you.
All
Thanks
right,
for
well, I'll
leaving
take it.
us with that. Maybe we'll be back next week. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
Well, yeah, if Josh is still alive, because he always seems to be sick.
All right, folks. Take care. Until next week. Maybe.
Bye. Bye.